cake is for you.
Have this beautiful crust. Can't wait to eat it. Everything healthy.
It's very delicious.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video. I'm here with my friend Olga, who happens to be such a talented person.
Thank you.
And I thought it would be such a great idea to share her with you and her talent. She is incredible at making those raw vegan cakes that don't require any baking. And today we're gonna do one which is gonna be sugar-free. Yes, you heard it right.
And chocolate.
And chocolate. So we combine two perfect things together. So tell us a little bit about it.
Today we're going to make no-baked cake. It's a cashew or raw cake, chocolate, peanut butter, sugar-free, keto-friendly, diabetic-friendly cake. So all people who want to avoid sugar in their diet, so please, this cake is for you, and it's only 15-20 minutes of making.
Yes.
Super fast and easy.
It's just like it takes a little bit longer to kind of measure everything, and as you see on the table, we pre-measured everything. You can find all the ingredients down below in the description of this video. So let's go! Let's do this!
Yeah. Let's talk about the mold. So we are going to make quite small cake. It's a 6 inches cake, and for this we're going to use a ring, 6 inches ring, or it's about 15-16 centimeters for European our friends. Also, I love to add acetate strip because the cake is not baked and our cream will stuck to the mold. So to remove it faster, easier, and have beautiful borders, we use acetate strip. Instead of it, you can use parchment paper. And of course, you can use spring forms, you can use molds with removable bottoms, so everything that you have. But I love to use this one.
Yeah, it's just more for a perfect professional look, but obviously if you do it for yourself and like you don't want to rush and buy anything, you can always use like a regular...
What you have.
Yeah,
what you have
regular mold.
yeah. in your kitchen. So let's set it aside. And we have two parts of the recipe. We're going to make a crust. It's something chewy that you prefer to eat, to feel it, and it's always quite nutty. And the second part will be like a cream, silky souffle, chocolate, peanut butter cream. And for our crust, we need almonds. We use raw almonds, we use almond butter, and we have coconut butter. So I will show you that our coconut butter usually comes in such quite hard form, and we need to melt it using a double boiler method. Please do not put it into microwave because you burn it.
I burn it many times.
Yeah, and it becomes like yellow.
Yeah.
Anyway, you can eat it, but it's not considered like a raw cake. Again, if it's not important for you, you can burn it.
Right, it's gonna be fine.
So now you need to melt. You can turn it on. So we have a saucepan, we have a little bit of water, so we put our bowl inside and we wait for a little. And you can see how our coconut butter becomes like liquid. I will explain right now.
Looks like a condensed milk.
Yeah, and let's take our blender. So first what you need to do, we put nuts and we crush them like with a pulse method. Our goal, we are not going to make a flour right now, we just need to crush it into like medium pieces. So those pieces that you would like to eat. Okay, yeah, beautiful. So we have absolutely melted coconut butter, and inside of our jar we add almond butter and coconut butter.
This, right?
Yes, coconut butter. I'll explain why we use coconut butter, because it's a sugar-free cake and we don't add any like dates like usually we add into cashew cakes. So coconut butter will make a naturally sweet crust because it's sweet when you try it, and not any sugar added. And we blend like maybe 5-7 seconds.
Without pulsing, no?
Yeah,
just
without,
blend.
yes. Yeah, great. What we doing next? I give you gloves and we will mix it with hands, and then we will make 6 truffles, and this will be our decoration.
So you can obviously do just truffles like that, right?
Here you are, it's like sugar-free, keto-friendly, fat balls.
Right. So you prefer to put them all out and then just create the...
Yeah, you can massage it because not all blenders can incorporate those oils all together.
Right.
especially if you use food processor, for example. So it's also one of the reasons why we melted coconut butter, so it's easier to
distribute.
Yes. So it is quite soft.
It is, right?
Yeah. So now we make 6 truffles. If you prefer to measure, it's about like 15 grams. But we will not be so picky. You will see it's easy to do. And put on a parchment paper with a plate. And no worries that they are soft. We will transfer it to refrigerator and it will
harden it up.
Yeah.
And then you can roll more perfect, right? In the end.
Yes.
I mean, Olga is such a perfectionist that I feel like my cakes are always like out of proportion and hers is like always so perfect.
Today we're making something super simple, so we even will not spend any time for decoration once we make a cake. So we do everything right now and forget about the cake until we want to eat it.
Right. So guys, just so you know, I used to be Olga's client buying cakes, and then I became a student, and now we're friends. It's been a long relationship.
I remember when I delivered to you cakes when I was pregnant.
Yeah.
Wow, you're waiting for baby, yes!
Actually, it's funny, you know how I found out about her cakes is my friend brought me her cake to the Mount Sinai hospital and I gave birth to Allegra as a gift.
Oh,
and that's how I found out about your cake.
So now we move it to refrigerator. Yeah, and all leftovers we put as a crust on the bottom of this mold.
It's actually already kind of hardened a little bit. I guess in the room temperature it becomes a little more solid, right?
In general, it will be hard, like a nutty crust, but we make it super thin, so you will enjoy it. So no worry that it's super like hard to bite or something like this.
Right.
Again, compare with like those cashew cakes that you made. We usually make like a
Thicker,
thick layer. This, when we make keto, without sugar, without dates, without any fruits, maple. So I prefer to make like a thin layer of nutty crust.
Right. I basically evenly distribute it in the mold, the leftovers, so we have this beautiful crust.
We finished with the crust, we set it aside, so we don't need to refrigerate it. And let's talk about ingredients for our cream. So we have cashews, we soak them minimum for hours, we rinse them, and now they are bigger in size. And this is important because your cream will be more silky. Also, if you're on a strict ketogenic diet and you don't eat cashews, you can substitute them with macadamia nuts or blanched almonds. But soak them about 8 hours. Next thing, peanut butter, of course, cacao powder, because it's chocolate peanut butter cake, coconut oil extra virgin, a little bit of water, cacao butter to make it really chocolate, and cacao butter comes in hard form and we start to melt it using a double boiler, like we did with coconut butter. We also put here coconut butter, so once our cacao butter will be melted, we can add coconut butter inside and melt it together. And probably the last thing that I want to talk is about the sweetener. Anyway, it's a cake, it's a sweet, but to make it like sugar-free, we'll be using monk fruit sweetener. And we will post somewhere here like how it looks.
Yeah.
The process is super easy. We grab our high-speed blender and we put all ingredients inside except coconut butter and cacao butter and coconut oil. So these 3 oils we will add later. Cacao powder, sweetener, water, peanut butter. If you're a big fan of peanut butter taste, you can add like extra 20-30 grams. We make more chocolate cake than peanut butter cake. And 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract.
So 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract.
And a pinch of salt.
Like that?
Yeah, and blend it. Now let's grab it because we don't put a lot of water or milk here because we want to make a stable cake in room temperature and it can help us. So let's do it. Start with a slow speed and increase it a little bit. One more recommendation. So because we don't use maple syrup, we use granulated sugar, it's very important to dissolve it. So that's why I recommend to set like 1 minute, 1.5 and blend it to dissolve our monk fruit. Your blender can become a little bit warm, it's perfect, the sugar will be melted. So, and only after this we're going to add our oil. So let's blend 1 minute. So we finished. Now we can try. Again, we didn't finish with oils. We need to add them. But for me, important that you don't feel a sugar. So grab a spoon and try if you feel it.
If you feel like the granules.
Yeah, those granules. Yeah. If you feel it, we continue to blend, because if you have not a Vitamix, so less powerful blender, so you need to, you feel it a little bit. Okay.
Oh, wow, that's so good. You can actually kind of make it like a pudding in the cup,
you
right?
can, you can.
So nice.
And at this moment you can adjust peanut butter. Why I touch it? Because like smaller, less powerful blenders can overheat it. And if we overheat it, it's like it's starting boiling, so we don't want it.
Okay.
If your blender starting like heating so much, just stop for 5 minutes and continue. Better.
Now
okay. Now we're adding our oil. So we have coconut oil, cacao butter and coconut butter. We put it here. We turn on very slow speed, like first, second, and slowly we're adding our oil. Now let's start with coconut oil. I'll tell you why, because coconut butter makes our mixture more thick. Perfect. We see a swirl. This is very important. So now we increase the speed up to the highest just for 5-7 seconds. Now we incorporated our oils into the mixture. So let's show the texture. This is like a smooth.
Very smooth pudding texture. Honestly, I could just eat it with a spoon from the jar.
It's not so chocolate for me. And now everything that you have, we pour into our mold on top of our crust.
Probably if you substitute peanuts with hazelnut,
you can have
and Nutella.
Hazelnut chocolate cake. You can use almond butter. It also can be very delicious. If you add coffee instead of water, it can be a coffee flavor, like a chocolate mocha cake.
So you can adjust according to your personal taste.
Yes. So if it's a ring, we press it from the top, so your mold will not be jumping. And do it.
I'm already eating it.
I see. So absolutely smooth. So we just removed our truffles from the fridge. You can see they are a little bit flat. And I remind what we didn't put. We didn't put cacao powder. So in the original recipe we will add into the crust cacao powder. Crust will be chocolate, truffles will be chocolate, and cacao powder make thicker our truffles.
Guys, we're also human. We forgot the ingredient. Don't forget your ingredients. So we had to add the cacao powder in the crust. You can find proportions down below in this description of the video. As I said, everything is there and it will be perfect.
But honestly, you have two recipes right now, just like almond truffles, almond energy balls, and it can be chocolate almond truffles.
I mean, I'll eat it still.
It's still delicious, just not chocolate. Yeah.
Right.
And also like options for the crust. You already have two options for the crust: chocolate and not chocolate. Okay, so let's put them. Yeah. How they are right now. Just.
I mean, it looks like a fudge. You know, the fudge are not perfect, so it kind of looks like a fudge.
I love to put the truffles into key chocolate cakes, because it's not only like cake that's melting into your mouth, but you also chew it.
Yeah.
I know that people who avoid sugar completely, they love this crunch effect. So that's why something from the crust, something from decoration, smooth, silky chocolate cream, and it's perfect. Yeah.
So it's different textures.
Yeah.
So we are decorating now the whole peanuts.
Put as many as you want.
Okay. It's kind of like a Snickers cake.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Yeah. And once I add into my channel caramel recipe, so you can drizzle with the caramel, it will be perfect. So we finished. Now we put this cake into refrigerator for 5-6 hours chilling. You remove everything. You take out the mold, take away acetate strip, and enjoy. The only one recommendation, because there is no any maple or like dates, the texture from the fridge is quite hard. So I recommend you to leave the cake for about 15-20 minutes in room temperature and then cut and serve.
Got it.
But you can leave this cake for like 1-2 hours on your table and enjoy with the guests. Yeah, so it's a little bit different than cashew cake that you need to eat.
So this cake does not need to be frozen like other cakes?
No, refrigeration is perfect for this cake. So 5 hours and enjoy it. Shelf life about 1 week.
Okay guys, so that was our beautiful recipe and the cake. I can't wait to eat it. Honestly, can't wait. Thank you so much for coming today to my house and sharing this recipe with us.
I hope you will make it without me.
Of course I will
Just
make it.
hazelnut.
Yes, for sure. I'll make everything. I'll make the Nutella out of it.
Yeah. So anyway, we put it in the fridge.
Yeah, let's do this.
Okay.
Okay guys, so now is my favorite part, eating.
Yeah, my favorite part is cutting. I show the texture. So,
I can even like show a little closer so you guys can see.
the texture is very smooth.
I can see it already, it's so perfect.
Yeah.
Sugar-free, gluten-free, keto, everything healthy. Amazing. This is great.
Yeah, and you can see that these truffles are with cacao powder, so they are chocolate.
That's it?
You're
Let's
the,
eat it.
You're the first.
I'm the first. Okay. Perfect. I love the crunch.
Yeah, it's like complement to this super smooth texture.
Wow. Guys, you better try this recipe.
Do you feel more chocolate or peanut butter?
Peanut butter.
Peanut butter.
Which I like.
But
I
it's
like a
not
lot.
so like bright peanut butter.
No,
It's like
but I can feel peanut
you
butter.
can feel it.
It's a good balance.
And it's not dark chocolate.
No, which like I know you have another recipe. So guys, I think it will be great for you to know that Olga has an amazing online school, the link of which you can find also in the description of this video. She also has amazing YouTube channel where she has recipes for free, which is great. So maybe you can go to her channel and try to
Welcome.
make some recipes, and then if you want to step forward,
Yeah.
right, you can sign up to her classes. And honestly, I've been her student and I learned how to do all those cakes at home, and it's been so
Yeah.
great.
And I'll make a special offer for your followers, yeah, for your YouTubers.
Amazing, great.
Yeah, so find in the description to this video, I will make some actual offers, so depends on what course is starting soon, so you will see it, yeah?
Perfect. So you guys can find everything down below in the description of this video. We hope you enjoyed this video as much as we enjoy filming it. Thank you so much for
Yeah, it
coming
was
to my
super
house
fun.
today. So now it's a fun part. We're just gonna enjoy it with the coffee.
It's very delicious. It's not because I made it, just because...
No, it's actually very delicious. It's probably one of the best cakes I've tried from all the recipes.
Thank you.
Really good.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
So
yeah.
guys, thank you so much for being here with us, and cheers!
Yeah.